Friends, today's story is about a young boy named Ahmed from a small village. He had one dream: to improve his father's life. Fueled by this purpose, he embarked on a stormy journey, but what he found at the end was far more valuable than he had imagined. Welcome to the UI Echo channel. Let's dive into the heart-touching and meaningful story of Ahmed. Ahmed's only goal in life was to serve his father and fulfill all his dreams. But since there were no means of earning in the village, he decided to go to a big city, find a job, and earn enough to give his father a better life. To begin this journey, Ahmed boarded a ship that was headed to the city. The trip was expected to take about 2 weeks. He packed some essentials: his clothes, a copy of the Holy Quran, some food and water, and a protective amulet gifted by his mother, which he believed always kept him safe. When he stepped onto the ship, his heart was filled with hope and excitement. The ship was large, with rooms for passengers, a small restaurant, and a deck to view the vast ocean. Along the way, Ahmed met new people and even made a few friends. Every passing day brought him closer to his dreams. But one night, while he was sleeping in his cabin, a loud noise startled him. The captain announced that a massive storm was approaching. Panic spread among the passengers. The crew did everything they could to save the ship, but the fierce waves of the ocean were unstoppable. The ship broke apart, and everyone was thrown into the sea. Ahmed felt himself drowning, but luckily he managed to cling to a piece of wood and eventually passed out. When he woke up, he found himself on a deserted island. The island was small, surrounded by endless ocean. He shouted for help, but no one answered. He soon realized he would have to fight for his survival on his own. Ahmed began to teach himself how to survive. He built a small shelter from wood to protect himself from the sun and rain. Near the shore, he crafted a small fishing net to catch fish. From the forest, he tried to find fruits and vegetables. But some days, he would go completely hungry. His net would remain empty, and the forest would offer nothing. He also discovered that seawater was undrinkable, and he had to find a fresh water source. After wandering the island for hours, he found a natural spring. His joy knew no bounds. He had solved the biggest problem. He made a small reservoir to store the water and began collecting it daily. One day, Ahmed thought, even though I'm stuck here, why not explore the beauty of this island? He didn't want his life to be only about survival. He walked around, listened to the waves, and found peace in the rustling of the trees. Suddenly, he discovered an ancient, abandoned cottage. Carefully, he stepped inside. To his surprise, he saw unusual plants and some objects glistening in the corner. As he got closer, he realized they looked like gold and diamonds. A question struck him: is this a treasure? But then he thought, what use is this treasure if I can't even leave this island? He left most of it untouched, taking only a single glowing gem and placing it in his pocket. One stormy night, lightning struck his wooden hut and set it ablaze. Watching his shelter burn down, Ahmed was filled with despair. He sat on the ground and prayed, "Oh Allah, guide me. Help me through this hardship." Despite everything, his hope remained alive. The next morning, he went to the shore looking for food, and in the distance, he spotted a faint column of smoke. It was coming from a ship. As it drew closer, Ahmed yelled at the top of his lungs, "I'm here. Please help me." A small boat from the ship approached, picked him up, and brought him aboard. His eyes filled with tears, this time tears of gratitude. He thanked the crew and shared his story, how he survived all alone on the island. When the ship reached a port near his village, Ahmed felt overwhelming joy. He was finally home, but deep inside, he carried a sense of regret. He had left to earn money for his father's better life, and after all that time and struggle, he had nothing to show. As he reached home and embraced his father, his eyes filled with tears. But then suddenly, a thought crossed his mind. He searched his pockets and found the gem he had taken from the island. His heart pounded. Could this gem actually be valuable? Ahmed quickly went to the city's market to have it appraised. To his amazement, The gem was worth a large sum, enough to completely change their lives. He sold it and thanked Allah for guiding him through his journey and rewarding his patience. Ahmed used the money to build a better life for his father. He was not just happy to be back, he had also learned an important lesson. No matter how tough the times, never lose hope. Allah always creates a way. Friends, we hope you enjoyed this story.